Hey y'all, happy Tuesday. We are back for our crown chat today. We're going to have a nice one. I don't think this one going to be too bad. I don't think y'all going to tell me I didn't step on no toes or nothing with this one. I think I'm safe. But I'm glad y'all made it up in here. Glad we got an opportunity. I'm glad we had an opportunity to talk during Good Morning Royals, and I'm glad you're here now. For those of you who already hit the like button, I want to tell you thank you right away. And if you haven't hit it, please reach over and hit the like button. Subscribe if you have not subscribed, and join channel membership whenever you get the opportunity, or if you'd like to and you're not able to do so on your own. Please reach out to us and we will be happy to assist. I'm willing to sponsor, and we have some other sisters who are willing to as well. So I'm glad you are all here. I'm glad we can dig in. And y'all know I can't get started till I greet everybody in the room. So let me start at the top, work my way down. And we're going to get into some dangerous giving, because this is such a thing where giving gets a little dangerous, okay? Hey, Kia Coco Pop, how you doing? She say hugs to all. Sunshine. Hello, beautiful lady. How you doing? Miss Sparkle, good to see you. Vita Worship, she's here from Denver. She say hit the like button, y'all. S. Collins, how you doing, doll? Good to see you. I see my Christian Key is here. All right, Alita, hi, sis. Auntie Eva, how are you? Queen Mermaid, I'm glad you made it in. Takesha Pickens, how you doing? Good to see you. All right, Marva. Hey, Marva. Angie, all the way from Miami. You off work yet? Jesse's here. Hey, CC Miller, how are you? You going to be driving and listening. All right, I like it. I like it. The beautiful Egypt now. The archangel with the best hair in the game. Not your twins, mama. How you doing? Hey, Deandra. Hey, boo. What's up? Okay. Jesse X, how you doing? There's my good sis, Miss Spiller. Hey, Tina, Queen of Cheesecakes is here. Morgan's Musings, how are you? Dorit, you made it? All right, she hit the like button. She say, how about y'all? Hit that button. Hey, Sandra Richardson, how you doing? Oh, wow. The beautiful Ann Grace. We don't get to see you that much. I know you're busy, so we're always happy when you can make it. Maureen Mercer, how you doing, sis? Happy to be happy. How are you? Rochelle, hey there. Kim Bird, hey, sis. Megan, hey, beautiful girl. All right, JC, you made it. I'm listening while lesson planning. All right, y'all multitasking up in here. DT, there's my baby, my angel, my love. I love when my DT is here. Okay. And then we got Miss Cheryl Thomas Hughes. How you doing? She said 305 Miami, Florida is here. Y'all heard her. Sharon Fona, how you doing? Anybody else come in? Y'all please help me greet everybody. You know that is not a Nitra or moderator job. That is a royal family job. Anybody that shows up, it's up to all of us to make sure that they feel welcome and know that they are not just welcome to come back, but to come often. Okay. Hey, Protect My Energy AAC says such good feels over here in these parts. Hey, Miss Nitra and Royal Family, can you feel it? Can you feel it? That funky sensation. I like that. All right. So listen, we're going to talk about some dangerous giving today. I know it sounds a little crazy, but y'all know I say some crazy stuff, but it's always a reason why I say the crazy stuff I say. So don't write me off till you understand why I'm saying this crazy thing that I'm saying. And thank y'all so much for the likes. It means everything. So we're going to dig in and talk about it. Now, the main point of this crown chat today is to look into the difference between, no, I'm not on Twitch right now. Not on Twitch. But thanks for checking. Hey, Ashanti. Sharon said, why you always reading my mind? It's disturbing. I ain't no mind reader. That's right. Happy birthday to Linda. We celebrated her today at Good Morning Royals. I'm going to pin DT's comment, though. That way, if you didn't get an opportunity to show her birthday love this morning, okay, her Cash App is pinned to the top of the chat, okay? So you can show love today during Crown Chat if you didn't get the chance to show her some love during Good Morning Royals. Hey, New Year's Bay, how you doing? All right. Oh, and I got your email. I don't want to act like I didn't see it. I saw your email. What I got to do, I did. See, before I could finish saying it, you had already typed it. I did. So what I'm going to have to do is probably get some more cards New Year's Day, because all of the ones we had were for channel members because we only got a set number. But don't worry, I got your address. If you want to participate in One Stranger, One Smile Thursday, I will get more cards and I will make sure you're first up on the list. It won't take long. CC, please email me so I can tell you how much, so you can tell me how much to send you so we can order another batch of cards. Them cards, we running through them. We done ran through them. Hey, Candy R. All right. Y'all, thanks so much. And thank you all for taking your random acts of kindness on Thursday very seriously. Those of you who received your green envelopes with your calling cards in them, please use them. If you run out, please let us know. We just gonna buy some more so we can continue to do things to put smiles on others so we can do some good giving. But today we're gonna talk about some dangerous giving. When giving becomes dangerous, toxic, or when it becomes harmful. Okay? So we need to get into all of that. And that's what we're gonna do. Okay? Now, we're looking into the difference between giving and being taken advantage of. Now, when I say taken advantage of, there's more than one way that you can be taken advantage of. You know, we deal with different planes here. We talk about the spiritual, we talk about the physical, the metaphysical, all those different ways. So you have to be very cautious and know the difference between the two. Know the difference between the two. Now, when we look at it just on its face, right? The definition of giving is to freely transfer the possession of something to someone, whatever it may be, to whoever it may be. If y'all can get where I'm coming from. I want to see bullseyes when y'all know what I'm saying. So that way I know I'm not talking to myself. And that way I also know that I still got sound. Because sometimes I'll be running my mouth and I think y'all can hear me and y'all can't hear me at all. So please make sure that you give me some kind of indication that you can hear me. Throw a bullseye at me. Let me know that you hear what I'm saying and you understand where I'm coming from. Thank you, New Year's Bay. And thank you, JC. I appreciate y'all. Now, when we start talking about, hey, sassy girl, all right, you made it. All right, so giving this is the definition again. Thank you, Lita. To give is to freely transfer the possession of something, goods, property, time. You giving something to someone. Marva, you say already resonating. Okay, good stuff. Sure, all you got to do is send me your address. Send me your address. Because I want to keep going. I don't want to lose track. Because y'all know time is at a premium. Now, giving is good. There's nothing wrong with that. We do it all the time. We give to people on the street. We give in the church. We give to our friends, our family, our children. We give time. We give energy. Hey, Deborah Summerall. We give attention. We give energy. We give. That's what we do. We're humans. It's our nature. We give. There's nothing wrong with giving. Giving is fine. To freely transfer the possession of something to someone, whatever it may be, to whoever it may be. Now, that's not to be confused with a sacrifice, because that's something different. A sacrifice is transactional. See, when you give, you're transferring possession. It's a one-way interaction. Do y'all get what I mean? Thank y'all for the bullseyes, Kim Bird and Cheryl and Deborah. Appreciate you. But when I say to give is a one-way interaction, it means if I pick up a pie, a sweet potato pie off my table, and I give it to Miss Sparkle, that was a one-way interaction. I gave to her. Okay? So I don't want us to confuse that with a sacrifice, because a sacrifice is a tool, and it's actually not so much a physical transaction as it is a spiritual transaction. So we can talk about that another day, or we can cover that in Bible study or whatever. But a sacrifice is actually the act of giving up something that's valued, or something that's going to be an uncomfortable release in exchange or for the sake of something else that is regarded as more important or worthy. Okay? That is a two-way interaction. So you giving something, but it's in exchange or for the sake of something that has a greater value to you. Thank y'all for the bullseyes. Ashanti say you hit the bullseye in the first sentence. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Y'all let me know when I'm on point, and if I'm off, let me know. Okay? So we don't want to confuse the two. Today we're just talking about those one-way interactions. And there's a reason why I made it a point to point out that there's a difference and to point out that giving is a one-way interaction. That is why it can be dangerous at times if we are interacting and we're getting into the act of that interaction with somebody whose intentions are less than honorable, or if we're in a situation where somebody is operating on a metaphysical level and not just physical. Okay? So now, giving is good. Giving is good and it feels good. So I want y'all to put some things in the chat. You know I like interaction. Put some things in the chat. What are some of the things you feel once you have given? Once you put a smile on somebody's face, like when we go out on Thursdays and we do one stranger, one smile Thursday. What are some of the things you feel when you do something good for somebody? What are some of the things you feel? I know I feel good. I feel like smiling. I feel like it's a smile on the inside. Tina, the Queen of Cheesecake, says she feels happy. Angie says joy. What are some of the other things? Dee Marie, joy, right? What are some of the other things that you feel? Kia says a surge of happy energy. Yes, it gives you energy. It energizes you. It gives you something. Yes, when you take part in the interaction of giving, it gives you a relaxed feeling. Silver Diamond, we missed you. Where you been, girl? You been working that hard? Sharon Fona says you feel satisfied. Yes, it's a sense of gratification. You feel full. Spiller said it just makes me feel good. And you say you feel blessed to be able to give. All right. That's what I'm talking about. It feels exciting. Yes. Good vibes. Grateful. Vita say her heart sings. So there's so many good emotions associated. Reward is rewarding and refreshing. I love it. I feel like I've accomplished something. Oh, yes. Content, like I've accomplished something. Yeah. Excitement. Now we on track. Now I got your attention. We can talk to each other. So when we're giving and it feels good, you know that it was not only a successful interaction, you were able to not only freely transfer the thing or service or whatever to the person, you receive something in return, even with that one-way transaction. With that one-way transaction, you were still able to receive something in return. All those good emotions and feelings and energy and excitement and electricity. It's a part of what happens when we give. Latavia says you feel fulfilled. Hey, beautiful. That's the voice, y'all. Hey, Miss Reed, glad you made it. Hey, Marilyn McGowan. Sisters, I'm glad y'all here. So on the flip side, when someone is taking advantage or somebody that gets in the habit of hitting you up too much, it doesn't feel the same way. We're going to talk about that a little later, but I want you to put that in the back of your hat as something we're going to come back to. Because I want to keep talking about this good giving real quick before we dig into the other side. Because y'all know I like a little order, like a little bit of order, just so I can keep my thoughts organized. Because if not, I'll get scatterbrained and we'll miss the whole point of the chat. New Year's Base says it fills me up with joy. Yes, you feel full. You just feel full. And that's a beautiful thing. So I want you to know, we covered, what giving is, that it is a one-way interaction. It's a one-way interaction and it feels good. It's not transactional. It's not I give and then you give back. I'm not doing it to get something back, even though there is a byproduct of giving, which are all these wonderful feelings that y'all just listed, right? No, I'm not on Twitch right now, Ms. Reed. And so we covered that and we covered how it feels and what it really is. And so what I want to put out is there's even a law to giving or sowing. Now, we ain't going to get too deep into it. We may cover that in one of our Bible study sessions. But for right now, I want to handle it real light on the face. Okay, just on the surface. We ain't gonna dig too deep because it'll take us too long. But there's a law to giving or sowing. Now, the thing that you have to recognize, just the simple law, is just common sense. This ain't nothing deep. You ain't got to have no theology degree. No, you don't need a master's of divinity to get this. It's just common doggone sense. And that is, if you don't never plant a seed or sow, you ain't gonna never have no harvest. Okay? Now let me say it again for the city people. If you never plant a seed, nothing will ever grow. Giving, when you give with intent, and that's what I want us to learn to do. Give with intent. Give with the intent of sowing seeds of love, of grace, of mercy, of prosperity. When I give to somebody, I don't care if it's for $20. If that's all I got in my purse at that moment, when I gave it with the intent of planting a seed of prosperity in that person's life. I just want you to be better and do better and have better. I want you to never be in this position again. That's what's in my heart when I gave it. Hey, Delisi, I'm glad you made it. You feel blessed, Sandra Richardson? That's what I'm talking about. I'm going to give you an example, a real relevant current example. That's right. That's right, Spiller. Tell them now. Give with intent. Have the intent in your heart. But I'm going to give you a relevant and current example. All of you who sent those bonnets for me to bling them out. Now, normally when I do stuff like that, I charge folks. I'm a businesswoman. I make money. Okay? I come on here for fun, but your big sister makes money. She works. But the reason that I gave that service, let's go back to what give is, freely transfer whatever it is to whoever it is. Okay? The reason I freely transferred that was so I could sow a seed into you. Every one of them that I touched, it was with the intention of, I want to bless you. I wanted you to never lack. I wanted your beauty to shine. I wanted you to be happy, to rest well, to not be attacked in your sleep, to wake up and feel refreshed and have purpose when you get up in the morning. See, it was all with intent. You get what I'm saying? That's what I want you to understand. So when you give, have that in mind. Give with an intent. Speak a blessing over the things that you're giving. Okay? And don't do it with bad feelings in your chest. If you ain't got a good feeling about it, just don't do it. Keep it, because it ain't going to do you no good no way. Okay? And another quick note that I want to make when it comes to giving, and the fact that you will never, ever, 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 you ain't going to never pick an orange if you don't ever plant an orange seed. Also, along those same lines, right? Along those same lines, don't watch somebody else's harvest. That's right. Giving hands ain't never empty. I'm a witness to that. You ain't got to bless me with no postage help. I'm planting my seeds, Marva. I'm planting them. That's why y'all don't hear me say nothing about it. I plant mine. Ain't no problem. But what I'm saying is, just like you plant your orange seed to pick your oranges off the tree, do not watch another person's harvest because you didn't see their seed. You don't know what they planted. You don't know how they got the harvest they got back. You don't know how they received the bounty that they got. You don't know what they had to give up in order to get it. And you don't know whether it was simple planting of a seed that helped them get it. They could have went into sacrifice, which is a whole nother lane that you might not be ready to go into. So make sure that you're not watching somebody else's harvest and letting that influence you in your giving. Okay, be careful. That's right, Tina. Hey, Sharon White. It's true, right? I'm telling the truth. Okay. But what you have to realize, on the flip side of this thing, it's always the flip side. You got to always pay attention to when and how things can go wrong. Giving ain't bad, but there are some circumstances where giving to the wrong folks or in the wrong situations can be dangerous to you. I mean, it can literally cause more harm than good. So we have to look at it. We want to make sure that not only are we giving with intention and we're doing it with a clean heart and you're doing it with a smile on your face and you're doing it with the best, with the best thoughts and feelings in your heart all the way around the board. Okay? Yeah, them dry beggars. Yeah, they exist now. They'll call you and start just complaining about stuff and hope you say something. But here's one time, you know, I like to break things down into parts so we can digest. So the first part is when you see it's becoming a habit. When you see it becoming a habit, be careful. Don't allow your desire to help or meet the needs of others to allow somebody to take advantage of you. When you see it's becoming a habit, if you see that, hey, I'm helping you, but then I look up, and then tomorrow, well, you know, I need 20 for gas. And you look up next week, well, I need to pay the boy that's going to cut my grass and I'm about $40 short. And then, oh, well, you know, I ran out of Crisco. Sis, can you give me $5 or $6 to get some Crisco? You have to be careful. When you see it's becoming a habit, be careful. Be careful that your good nature and your desire to help meet the need doesn't allow somebody who is harmful or who may be parasitic to take advantage of you. Be very careful. Be very, very mindful. It's very dangerous. Because once you get in the habit of that, okay, Sassy Girl said it for me. See, I couldn't even get it out. She got it out for me. She said, takers don't stop taking. Be careful. Be very, very careful. Because you don't want to get burned, because then you'll be tempted to say, I'm not going to give no more. And then you're cutting off your own blessings. So don't even get into that murky water. You know what I mean? Stay out of that water. And let me say this too. This is just a side note. Do not give out of necessity. If you know you got bills due, don't you dare take your bill money. Because Reverend Pork Chop said, put $20. Everybody right that's in here right now, put 20 in the plate. That is wrong, it's evil, it's corrupt, and it's a lie. And if I'm wrong, let the Lord punish me. Do not give out of necessity. If you know that this is your bill money, you better use it and pay them bills. It was provided for them bills. You better pay them bills. And then if you want to be able to give later, then you go head on. Hey, Emma, if you want to give later, then you pray and ask God to give you something to give. He'll do that. He's not stingy. He got so much. Emma say, hey, everyone, looks like we going there this afternoon. True, though, folks, take advantage. Yeah, we got to go there. You know, we go there over here from time to time. Sometimes it ain't we don't have any option other than to go there. But do not give out of necessity. Don't you do that. Y'all know, I ain't finna call nobody church out by name, but I'm saying some of these churches have a habit of telling people to give out of necessity. They don't care if it's bill money. I'm not even gonna say what denomination, because I don't want to make nobody mad at me. But I was at a tent revival. And the lady had preached. And I mean, she really did. She preached me happy. And I put something in there in the plate because that was the right thing to do. And that's what I could afford to do. Okay, Spiller say, go ahead on and go there. Okay, thank you, ma'am. Appreciate it. And so after we finished that, they counted up the money. They came back and told her, y'all, that lady got back on the microphone and she told us, y'all ain't leaving up out of here until we get X amount of dollars. I want everybody to reach in their purse and pull out a $20 bill, hold it in the air. Hold it in the air. And they picked that up. And then she went back and said, one of y'all got $100 bill in your purse. I don't care what it's for. I want you to bring it out. And God gonna replace it. I said, wait a minute. That ain't in the book. Stop it. And some of y'all know what I'm talking about. Some of y'all done been to some of them services where the people basically do a hold up. It's a hold up without a pistol. Do not give out of necessity. That's against you. And that's against what's wrote down in that book. Y'all know better than that. Don't do that. I don't care what they tell you. I don't care how good they preach. I don't care how good the music is. I don't care if they dancing all up and down the aisles, turning somersaults, or they acting like they at the Olympics. Don't you do it. Ashanti said that sounds like robbery. It feels like a robbery. And don't y'all be caught being victims of that type of foolishness. Don't you do it. Okay? So I'm going to get back on point, but I had to throw that in there. Don't y'all be giving out of necessity, because that's another way you can be taken advantage of. Okay? Protect my energy. ALC say she done set aside the King James version and started quoting from her own version. Yeah, that's what she did. It was like, y'all hold them $20 bills up. Queen Mermaid say been there many times. Ushers blocked the doors. Yeah, they had the doors blocked. I'm like, y'all, listen, y'all little old ladies better move. I don't want to get in trouble for pushing an old woman. I'm not giving you nothing. But that's just me. Deandra say, people know if you a kind-hearted person or not, and they will take your last, and then you won't hear from them no more until they think you got some more money. Sure will. Yeah, I done seen them lock those too. It's sad. It's sad. But don't y'all do that. I don't like when you shamed into giving. No, because that don't feel good, does it? It feels good when you're giving from your heart and you're doing it out of love and you're doing it for the right reasons and with intent, and you're sowing that seed of goodness into somebody else looking for nothing, because it's a one-way interaction. Hey, Sharon Howard, I'm sorry. I can't stand a begging preacher in church. I bet the congregation is few. Girl, please, it was packed. It was enough Negroes up in there to make a Tarzan picture. They was in there wall to wall. And they was holding up them $20 bills too. You say that is not okay. And to say that's called kidnapping. That's how it felt. Oh, Dimple's in the building. Hey, Keisha E. It felt like kidnapping with the ATM. I'm telling you. So don't y'all get caught up in that. So I'm going to get off of that one because, you know, all us probably got stories where we done been to either the tent revival or we done went to one of them good old churches and they'll lock a door and tell you to come through with that cash. And I don't like that kind of stuff. The second reason, or the second way that you can, you know, start giving and it can become dangerous is when someone has nefarious intentions. Nefarious intentions, meaning they got bad intentions. They know what they're doing and they done set out to take from you, and not in a good way. You know, some people want to take something, you know, from you and they want to give you something back. And some people, they have good intentions, and you have people who do have bad intentions. Some people will take from you and their intent is not metaphysical, it's purely physical and material. They have the intent of draining you. I have seen people do it. They will hate your guts, but every time they see you, they will be, well, let me hold something. Let me get something. They trying to eat you alive. Hey, Quiet Storm 87. Silver Diamond, what you say? Sound like Mary Crosby Church. I heard them rumors about that lady church, but I'm not going to talk about it because I didn't see it. But some people have that intent of draining you. So be careful with that. And unfortunately, they exist. Unfortunately, there's also some people who practice in witchcraft. So you got to be careful with that. How do you protect yourself against something like that? How do you protect yourself against people who have nefarious intentions? What's the first thing y'all think I'm going to tell you you need to do before you go giving to anybody? What is the first thing that you ought to do before you go giving to anybody? Yep, beware the ne'er-do-wells, because they exist. They exist. Some people have no intention other than to harm you. But what's the first thing you should do? Thank you, Keisha E. Pray. Pray. It don't hurt nothing to pray before you give somebody something. I prayed before giving people, and sometime I was directed to put my coins back in my purse. You say stay away from them. Yeah, you can stay if you can spot them. But you know, okay, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Everybody who's dangerous doesn't look dangerous, do they? Everybody who has bad intentions. Okay, well, let me go further. Let me be silly. Let me just be neutral, because that's what I know how to do. Have you ever seen a bad person walk up to you with a sign around their neck that said, I'm a bad person? Sharon say, what about the rich man and the poor woman in the Bible? And the answer that was given, because she gave from her heart, that was all she had to give. Right, we covered that in the first half. I think you missed it. The giving from your heart and with intention, that's how you sow those seeds and get those wonderful harvests. But have you ever seen a bad person show up with a sign? Miss Barker said no. Tina said never. I can prove it too. I can prove it. You know how I can prove it? How many of y'all done had a no good ex-boyfriend or no good ex-husband? Let me see a 1 in the chat. If you ever had a no good ex-husband or a no good ex-boyfriend. Let me see 1s in the chat. If you ever had either one of them. Let's talk about it. I want to see the 1s. If you ever had either one. Ooh, look at all them 1s. Look at the 1s. Oh my. 1s everywhere. My. See? See all them 1s? You know what? Y'all, that's proof that people don't look like what they are. Now, you might say, Nitra, how in the world is us saying we didn't had a no good ex-husband or a no good ex-boyfriend? How is that proof that people don't just walk up and say, I'm a bad person? You know how that's proof? Because none of you are mad people. Ain't none of y'all crazy, right? So that means when you first met that man that turned out to be a piece of trash, he didn't walk up and say, hey, I'm a piece of trash, did he? No. What's some of the first things y'all thought about them no good men when you first met them? Put it in the chat. Now we talking now. We sisters and we talking about it. When you saw these no good men that y'all putting 1s in the chat, what's some of the first things y'all thought about them when you first met them? Vita talking about Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. That's what you think now. But when you first met him, what was your first impression of some of these jokers? Oh, happy to be happy told on herself. She said sex. The first thing on your mind was getting so, oh, Lord, happy to be happy. Well, at least you told the truth. And just say he was fine. Yeah, that's what you see. They be fine. What else? What are some of the other impressions we get from these people that we think, that we now know are trash? They handsome. Tina said you thought he was nice. Quiet Storm said he looked like he would treat me right. See, by her looking at him, she couldn't tell he was trash. She said he looked like he would treat her right. That's what she said. Nice and charming. Look, oh, he smelled good. What a pretty smile. So I thought, yeah, good looking. Christian said she was just happy to be around him. Vita said she was trying to get a piece too. Okay. D. Marie said available. He was just available. That's all you needed. No wonder you ran into trouble, girl. Nice body. Okay. There we go. Bingo. Yahtzee. You meet their representative. He look good. He funny. He nice. And then it's old dang. He a whole booty hole. There you go. Linda, I'm glad you made it, girl. Keisha Issa, comical, always the life of the party. Yeah. Oh, he's so funny. Oh, he's a good listener. Lord Angie say he had all his teeth. There you go. Miss Netta say he had good conversation. Spiller say, oh, he's a nice man. He had a good job. Always just smelled amazing. You see how your opinions change. You had all these wonderful thoughts when you first met these jokers, these scoundrels. And now we can all sit down and agree that we're talking about scoundrels. Kind eyes, sweet talker. Yeah. Angie killed me. Angie said he had all his teeth, honey. He was a winner. What happened? You got him home and his denture slipped. What happened? What happened? Keisha, it was the hammer that got you. Y'all got to be careful of them carpenters. There's some experienced carpenters out there. Be careful. So I pointed that out to say this. When you're giving, and this is an interaction that you're having with another human being, you might want to be prayerful beforehand, because just like those no good men rolled up on you and they were smelling good and looking good and talking nice and sweet and acting like they was attentive and they hung the moon and sugar would melt in their mouth and all that stuff that we say, oh, he's so fine and tall. Y'all say the men was sexy and their bodies was nice. And he had all his teeth, she said. And then now here it is, October 19, 2021, and these same men we thought all these wonderful things about, now we saying that these men is trash, garbage. dumpster juice, a compost heap, a rancid piece of ants afterbirth, a mistake from hell. Just all sorts of things that we can say now. That's what we can say now. And Angie, she said it again, the representative. So what does that say to us? People, that's not just the nature of men, it's human nature. When somebody's bad, they show you the representative. So what does that say when we start talking about dangerous giving? Some of the people that you see on the corner with their hand out, it doesn't mean that they are what they pretend to be. Okay, what you talking about, Nitra? I'm so glad y'all be asking me these questions. Y'all seen them shows where they show the people, they come out there and they beg all day and they got signs, and one lady, she was sitting on a leg pretending like a leg done been cut off. Yeah, con artists, yes. And they beg all day and they make plenty of money begging, and they jump in their nice cars and take off them dirty clothes, get behind the wheel and drive back to their nice houses. Y'all seen that? Because they putting out a representative. They're putting out a representative that is needy, and they're putting out a representative that is a sympathetic person. It's somebody that you're going to feel sympathy toward. So you have to be careful. Those are people who are intentionally draining folks for their own gratification. They don't want to work a job. So they're going to sit out there on the corner and they're going to beg, we'll work for food. But really, they don't want to work. All you got to do is pull over and say, well, I got some grass you can cut. Come on, cut this grass and I'm going to give you $40. They will tell you, no, I'm good right here. And also there are some people who put forth the pretense of being needy just to take something from your hand to their hand, to transfer your blessings to them. Be careful of those folks. Now, y'all know I don't dig into it too much, but I'm just going to tell you the truth. Witchcraft is real. And don't be gullible. Don't fall for nothing. Pray before you do things. Because I'm telling you, if you pray, something will happen to get your attention to let you know that this is dangerous. Don't you hand that person that money. You will be transferring something that you don't intend to transfer. Be mindful. That's why I said, make sure before you give, you pray, because some of these people have bad intentions. What you say, Christian? This man gave a job. This man gave a man a job, and he told him, I make more on the street than this paycheck. And he was about telling the truth. That's right. Check that mirror. Make sure you're praying before you do anything, but definitely with giving, because it is giving something, giving the possession of something. Careful. Tell them again, Candy, it's real. And in this day and age, it's becoming common. And people are dressing it up as new age, and I'm doing air quotes. New age this, new age that. And what it is giving you the soft sell on some witchcraft. Y'all better be very careful. Hey, Equasia. She said, using discretion and discernment, I don't give money most times. If you hungry, then let's go to the store or restaurant and I'll buy you some food. Some turn away because they want something else. That's very true. Be careful. Be careful, family. Okay? Now, the next thing to me, and this is a biggie, make sure you're not giving with an expectation that that person going to owe you something. Oh, yeah, we got to go there too. We got to. Ashani said, I offered to buy the hungry man food instead of giving cash. He went off. Yeah, I got cussed out one time too for going and buying somebody a number 7. Sharon Howard said, I do understand about bad giving. Tried to be nice to someone today and I got cursed out. I canceled my help. Asked God to give me strength and kept it moving. Wrong person today. I was sharing. You ain't nothing wrong. You know, you're welcome over here in your sister house. Say whatever you feel like saying. Keisha E said, reminds me of the 90-day work grace period. Do whatever is needed to get the permanent position. Yeah, that's what some folks do. Quasia say, and I don't give to get back. Now, if you say borrow, that's what you mean. Warning comes before destruction. Pay attention. You've been warned. That's right. That's right. That's right, Spiller. They'll cuss you out. I bought somebody a number 7 with the big drink, and the man throwed it down and cussed me out. He called me every name he could think of except Seanitra. That's what I got called, everything but Seanitra. Okay? So when I say don't give with an expectation that the person will owe you something, we know people who do that too. Some of us have been in bad positions before in life, and you've had to ask for help. So let's talk about this thing. Because all us ain't always been where we are. Now, we all right now. We doing a little too good now, aren't we, ladies? Sometimes we doing so good, we can't even keep weight off. We can't even lose weight by accident because we living so well. We eat good. We eat multiple times a day. We eat when we ain't even hungry. We get bored watching television and just start chewing on stuff. We got more clothes than we can wear. Right? We sitting up in the house. We got the air conditioner on all day. Some of us, I'm talking about me because of the hot flashes. We riding around in cars. We burn gas. Even though gas ain't cheap, we still filling up tanks and riding everywhere we want to go. But I'm talking about before you got there. We weren't all there, and you know it. The same ladies, and I'm talking about all of us and me included, the same ladies is running around pulling up, popping bank cards in the gas pump. There was a time when some of us were digging in the ashtray. Now let's just tell the truth and shame the devil. And if we think back to, back during that time when things wasn't so good, people like to get a couple dollars and then we want to forget that we were ever at the spot where it wasn't so grand. But we're gonna go on back. And I want y'all to think back real good, because in the words of Betty Wright, I don't want to get to the end of the chat and you say, oh yeah, now I remember. There was a time when we didn't have, and if you recall, there were people who would help you or offer to help you, and then they would talk about you, right? Or they would do for you, and then they would hold it over your head, and they would believe that because they bought you a sandwich or because they gave you a ride to work a few times, that now you owe them something. Oh, y'all remember what I'm talking about? Y'all do? Okay. I'm glad I'm not the only one that wasn't always comfortable. Okay. The penny bank. Okay. Deborah, what you say, girl? Cashing in bottles. I remember. All us wasn't always comfortable. Let's not pretend now. Let us not go into the land of make-believe. But you remember during those times, it would always be somebody that would help you when they was looking for something in return. Sometime a man would offer to help, and you know what he was looking for in return. And heck, some of the women too. But we ain't gonna go there. We're gonna let that sleeping dog lie. But there would be people that would do for you just so they could hold it over your head. Just so they could talk to you any kind of way. Just so they could make themselves feel good. And they jumping on the phone. They got to tell everybody what they did for you. So they can feel self-important. Sometimes those were the ones that were given to get something in return. They felt like you owed them your whole life. Say sometimes it was laundry or gas. Okay. Hey, Allison. What you say? Rolling pennies? Yes, I remember rolling pennies. I can still roll pennies fast. Girl, what? Line them up in between my fingers and slide them in there. I used to be good at that. Right, but sometime back then, I remember sometimes the family members was the worst ones. They would do for you and hold it over your head. Ask you to do all kind of stuff that wasn't even fair. And say, well, I know you ain't saying nothing. All I do for you. I know you not telling me no after everything I do for you. Yes, he will keep turning it around. So it's dangerous to be that kind of a giver. And I don't want us to get in the habit of being that kind of a giver. Okay? Sharon, what you say? Girl, you my best friend today. Confirmation, because I felt bad earlier today. But you can't talk crazy to me when I'm trying to help you feel better. Right. I'm not going to do that. Oh, child, I went through that yesterday. Keisha E said, yes, today was one of those days. It's ironic how this is today's topic, reassuring my decision. Okay. But I want us to know This is a big area where we can put ourselves into danger with giving. Hey, Mother of Diamonds. Sis, if I don't call you today, please call me because I got to talk to you and I keep forgetting to call. Please, please, pretty please with a cherry on top. Okay? So when you give with the expectation of getting something in return, that is a dangerous way and a dangerous form of giving. One reason it's dangerous is, and why you get into murky water is because you didn't do it out of love. You did it out of expectation. You did it so that you could say you wanted something in return. Let me tell you something. If you can't do it out of love, if you can't do it with a happy spirit, with a smile on your face and a smile on your heart, don't do it. Keep it. Because if not, then you're going to feel like that person owes you something. And how many of you know sometimes the people you help barely say thank you? How many of y'all know? Now, see, the funny part is if you did it out of love and you did it because you're happy to give and you wanted to meet the need and you wanted to set an example, whether they say thank you or they don't say thank you, you felt good to do what you did because you didn't even do it for them. You did it because you love him, and because you love him, it makes you love other folks. Then you already got your reward. That's all you needed. Not only that, if you look at you giving to try to get praise from people, then you already got your reward. Don't look for nothing later. I want the later. I don't want this here. I want the later, the latter blessing. Don't come bring me, you singing my praise. Those Seanitra, I want to keep that to yourself. Please. Hey, Logger Curves. Okay, so make sure that you're doing it with the right spirit. Make sure that you're not looking for nothing in return. The other reason why it's dangerous to give with expectation, you don't want to victimize somebody. Instead of giving them the right example, you might be setting the wrong example. Some people that are out there doing that to people, they doing that because somebody did that to them. Think about it. Like I said, just like we can think back and remember people who treated us like that, gave and did for you. Sometimes we had parents who did it. Come on now. Am I lying? Y'all, if I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. But if I'm telling the truth, let me see bullseyes in the chat. Takesha say, I just pray that none of it has been in vain. God has been so good. I know he's been working it all for good. It's true. All right. Now, Linda, what you say? That's why I never like to attach my name when giving. I just like to give out of love. That's right. Do it out of love. Hey, Dana. Now, see that? Okay. That's why we do what we do on Thursdays. We do our one stranger, one smile. We do our random act of kindness. And what am I always telling you, ladies? See if you can get away with it. That means don't put no name on it. Just tell them, hey, compliments to the royal family. Hey, if they manage to find out who we are and they happen to find out, it's a collective of beautiful sisters over there who just happen to love God and love people and want to put smiles on people, then fine and good. But they don't need to attach our face to the act, because I don't want you sitting up talking about, oh, Miss Nitra so nice. I ain't do that for you like that. I didn't do that for you to go talking about, oh, I'm so nice. I did it out of love. It was out of love. So that's why I'm always telling you all, hey, Miss Bernice, oh my gosh, I'm so happy you made it. When you do things out of love, whether the person is appreciative or unappreciative, it doesn't take away your joy. Whether they say thank you or they don't say thank you, it doesn't take away your excitement and your fulfillment and your gratification, that good feeling, because you didn't do it for their praise. You didn't do it so everybody could talk about how good you are. You didn't do it so people could give you credit. I hate the word credit. I don't like it when it's time for me to go sign something to make no payment on. I don't like it when you start talking about you got to check a number. And I surely don't like it when it comes time to doing things that's supposed to be out of your heart. If you did it from your heart, why you need credit for it? What you need credit for it for? If we write down every good deed you did, where are you going to go turn it in at? Or what are you turning it in for? Are you trying to turn it in later for payment? Or are you trying to turn it in to prove that you're a good person? And who you proving it to? Because them folks out there, they ain't got a heaven or hell to send you to, by the way, just in case you didn't know. Just in case you didn't know, in case you missed it. Hey, love my dogs too. Be careful. Don't be looking for credit. And I'm gonna go you one further. And this one's just for free. Be careful of people who are always looking for credit. You know, there's a verse that says what you do secretly, he rewards openly. Why you need credit for everything you do? Be careful of them people looking for credit. And they'll sit around and they'll say, well, they didn't give me credit. You know, we talked about them people cutting up and acting a fool in churches. You know, a whole lot of them act a fool in them churches and hop from church to church because ain't nobody gave them credit. I bought 7 tater pies for the pastor's anniversary. Ain't nobody said nothing about the pies I brought. I'm the one cleaning the bathrooms in the sanctuary. Ain't nobody said nothing about I clean the bathrooms. I give her children a ride to school every day, and she ain't said nothing about it. I heard her tell somebody, think she ain't said nothing about what I did. Did you do it so she could talk about it, or did you do it because it was a need and it felt good to you to meet a need? Don't get into dirty water with bad giving and dangerous giving. Lord, Tina, what you say? If you want credit, you better get a credit card. But I'm telling y'all the truth. Some people give just to get credit. Just to give credit, just to get credit. Bernice say, when you give with the expectation of getting credit, that's false pride. You better say it. That's one thing. That's one of them. There's a couple other things too now. What you say log occurs. If you give from a giving place instead of from a get place, that's a sign that it was given from the heart. That's so cute. I like that. The giving place and not the getting place. I'm telling y'all, I know I be saying too much sometimes, but I just had to say it. It sounds like some of the people in your family. Well, we want to make sure that we don't get to sounding like them people. Keisha E said, if you gave from the heart, you'll forget the gift you gave because it was given with good intentions. How many times? Okay, and we can't stay too much long because I got to get the baby. However, how many times have you done things for people and forgot about it when they came back to remind you of what you did? You didn't even remember it. You put it out of your mind because you gave it with the right intent. You gave it with a clean heart. You didn't do it for no credit. I don't like credit. My name ain't Visa nor MasterCard. I ain't looking for no credit. My credit is fine. I don't need no credit. I witnessed a beautiful example of that. Y'all know my daddy was a grocery man at a grocery store. And he had a habit, y'all, of letting people get food on credit. That was one time when credit wasn't bad. But he would let the people get food on credit. He had a book, a handwritten book, and he would write down how much you was getting, you know, but he would let them take the food and just go, especially if it was children in the house. And I seen him literally with somebody, and I know Dad ain't like that man. He couldn't stand him. But he still was like, well, I know you got them children in the house. So go and get what you need to get. And he would sit up there and take his time, ring it out, and get the receipt and have you sign the receipt and put it in the book and put it by your name. Well, anyway, sometimes he would turn around those ladies that didn't have husbands. They would come and ask for food, and he would just help them. And then when they get some money, they come to pay him. And sometimes he would let them pay him some of it, or sometimes he would let them pay. And it was other times he would say, just keep it, you know, because they tried to pay. And we knew about some of it. We didn't know about all of it because he wasn't going to talk about it. He just did it because it needed to be done. And it's just what it was. So y'all, when Daddy died in April of 2013, we had his funeral, but we had 2 repasses. We had one at the church, and then we had another one at the Lillian Bryant Center, a little community center over there in our part of town. And baby, the car showed up, and I was in shock. One, I knew a lot of people knew my daddy, but I was like, why are these people here? So a lot of the guys that came up, y'all, rims spinning, music playing, gold wings up, they was literally acting ignorant. And I was like, what is going on out here? in this parking lot and in this little street, because it's like, it's not a cul-de-sac, but it's a curve there. And it's wide enough where they can, be geek swerving and all type of stuff in the street. So one of them that I know, I ain't gonna say why I knew him, but that was my partner. So I was like, what y'all doing here? I didn't know y'all was coming or whatever. You didn't say you was coming. They didn't come to the church, but they came to the repast. And a lot of them came with an envelope, a little something to give my mother. And I was like, what is going on? And they was like, all us from over there, competition side, 9th Ave, we came to represent for Mr. Phil. I say, so what you mean? And so they started talking, and it blew me to hear all these people talking about them being little children and remembering that daddy had been giving them food and wouldn't even let their mama pay. I said all that to say this. That man gave and didn't even talk about it. Didn't hold nothing over nobody's head. Didn't make nobody feel bad. That's the kind of giving we got to do. That's the kind of giving I like to do. Why y'all think I'm always making up a reason to give away some stuff? It feels good to give, but you got to do it with the right spirit. And you got to do it not looking for nothing in return. Just to make sure that you're taking care of the people around you. That should be a good enough feeling. But be careful that you don't develop an expectation. Sometimes the people you do for, they don't appreciate you. Some of them will turn around and do you dirty after you done gave to them. Ask me how I know. Some people you can give to them and they will turn around and they will talk about you. How many of y'all have done that one? You done for people, and then you turn around and these same people that you did for is dragging you through the mud. Or as my mama say, hanging your name on the morning wind. It's a thing that happens. So if you do it with the right spirit, even if it turns into that, don't feel bad. Don't say, well, I shouldn't have been helping. Yes, you should have, because especially if you did it from the right place. If it came from the right place, it don't matter whether they appreciate it or not. It don't matter if they talk about you later or not. It don't matter if they turn around and try to stab you. The blade will miss. It'll be okay. That's right, Keisha. Don't let people who hurt you harden your heart. Keep your heart just as warm and just as soft. No matter how they treat you after, if they say thank you or not, if they're kind to you after the fact or not. Keep doing what you're supposed to do, regardless of what they do. Thanks, sis. I appreciate that. Yeah, it'll happen. Sometimes you do for people. Y'all was telling me about this Queen Sugar show, talking about the Miss Vibe there sneaking food and money to the lady, and she gonna try to kiss her husband. I know plenty of people that happen to. You try to help folks, they try to go with your husband, tear your house up. It happens. Sometimes you do for people, and that's just what it is. Now, I'm going to tell you, I ain't going to go that far. I've had some sisters say, hey, can I stay here for a few nights? I'm a married woman. You can't stay here while my husband here. I can give you some money for a hotel, though. You got to go. Don't do that. DT said, I remember when my grandfather passed on, we had a funeral. We had his overnight service, and there were tons of people who came in at 12 a.m. to 9 a.m. reminiscing how he had helped them out. I'm telling you, that's what it's supposed to be. Let them tell the story after you gone. Don't do for folks and talk about it. It ain't nobody's business. It ain't nobody's business what I did for you. If I do something for you and I don't say nothing, don't you say nothing. What you telling for? I ain't tell you to tell nothing. Don't tell. You know, the old people used to say you live your eulogy. Live in a way that it writes itself. So that way the preacher man ain't got to sit up there and try to lie you into heaven. Because that's what they do for some people. They sit up there and tell 100 lies. I don't want nobody lying over me. It's the truth. Do it from the heart. Do it from the gut. Make sure that when you give, you mean it. Do it in love. Remember to love. Lead with love. And let love be the only reason you do anything you do for your fellow man. Okay? That was our chat for today. I enjoyed you all. Okay? I enjoyed y'all so much. I enjoyed the interaction. I enjoyed the energy back and forth. It felt good. And I like that we got a chance to talk about giving, the good, the bad, and sometimes the ugly. So let me give you your takeaways, and I'm gonna jump my butt up off of him. Well, I ain't gonna jump because that's not true. I'm gonna get up as gingerly as I can. I would love to be able to jump, but we all know that ain't finna happen. Not right now. Not with this knee. Okay. But here are our takeaways. One, we have to remember that giving. There's a difference between giving and being taken advantage of. That's one, right? Thanks, Alita. And two, we have to remember that to give is a one-way interaction. It's to freely transfer the possession of something to someone, meaning a free transfer of possession of something, whatsoever it may be, to whosoever it may be. Remember? Also, we remember that to give is good and it feels good. We name some of those emotions that comes with it. There's a law to giving, the law of sowing and reaping, planting seeds and reaping a harvest. Okay? Remember, if you never plant a seed, you ain't never going to pick not one piece of fruit. Remember that also we have a note, don't watch somebody else's harvest because you don't know what their seeds were. And also remember that giving is not bad, but there are certain circumstances where giving to the wrong people or in the wrong circumstances can be dangerous. Okay? And these are your big three where it can be pretty bad. When you see it becoming a habit, be careful. Don't allow your desire to help or a desire to meet a need, allow somebody to take advantage. Don't give out of necessity. If you know that's your bill money, close your purse. Okay? Two, when someone has bad intentions, just trying to drain you materially, or somebody using metaphysical practices such as witchcraft to transfer things other than what you intended. And three, don't give with an expectation that that person is going to owe you anything. Give for love, give with love, and not for any other reason. Okay? Y'all, I had fun with this chat. This was a good time. I enjoyed y'all so much. Now, I will tell you, I'm going to be back for Surviving Queen Sugar, episode 5. I hope all of you will return this evening for that. Now, y'all voted, and so you called and I answered. So we're going to review episode 5 tonight, and we're going to break it down and pick it apart and see what's right, what's wrong with the show, and talk about everything that we see on the screen. Again, I enjoyed you all. I love you all. Thank you so much, all of you who hit the like button. If you didn't hit it yet, please hit the like button on your way out. If you enjoyed yourself and you're not subscribed, please subscribe. If you want to become a member of the Royal Family, click the join button or hit the membership link in the description box below the video. Also, if you'd like to join channel membership and you're not able to do so on your own, please contact me at either one of those infos scrolling across the screen, either Instagram inbox or email, so that me or one of the sisters can assist you. Okay? And last announcement before I jump off of here. If you know that you have not sent your address so that we can send your calling cards and you're a Royal Family member, I got to do them first. New Year's Day, I got you on the list because I got your address. But if you're a Royal Family member and you know you have not sent your address to get your calling cards to drop for your random acts of kindness on Thursdays, please make sure that you send that address either to the Instagram inbox or to the email scrolling across the screen. Okay? I love y'all so much. Be careful today. Have a great day. Be positive. Be productive. Be encouraged. But most of all, remember to encourage somebody else. And I'll see y'all in a few hours, okay? Bye now.